Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wild Breakaway with Tom Chorsky. I'm Audra Martin. After a blowout win here Saturday night, the Wild found themselves in a much different situation, taking on the red-hot Florida Panthers. The Wild had to wait until late in the third for their first lead of the night. The Panthers had 4 throughout the night. Of course, the most important coming in the final 6 seconds of this game. They pick up the 5-4 win. It's their first ever regulation win here at the XL Energy Center.
Yeah, Minnesota was playing a little bit of catch-up, but the game was never out of their reach. They played a great game. They were going toe-to-toe with the Florida Panthers, who's the most offensive team in the league. The Minnesota Wild scored 2 power play goals. They scored a shorthanded goal, and they were resilient all night to this strong Florida Panthers team. They let it slip away, as you mentioned, in the last final 6 seconds, but got really good performances out of a handful of players. That third line was good. Stalock was good for most of the night. Had to deal with some redirected pucks, but really pretty strong performance by Minnesota Wild that they should be able to come back against Detroit Red Wings.
All right, well, let's take a look at tonight's final stats. It was a tough one here tonight. 25 shots for the Panthers, 33 for the Wild, but they can't get it done. A silver lining tonight, though, really strong night on special teams. The Wild had 2 power play goals. That's now a season-best 4-game streak with a power play goal. 10 power play goals in their last 9 games. Luke Cunnin also had a shorthanded goal, one of his 2 goals on the night. And here's what his head coach had to say about his performance.
He's been good for a few games now, so he's got his legs going. I mean, I've noticed a change in his skating where it was before the leg injury. Now it's coming back to where it was at that point in time.
Here's a look at the upcoming schedule for the Wild. They have one final game against the Detroit Red Wings Wednesday night before they head into that extended break that includes the All-Star break and their bye week. Then it's back to work on February 1st as they take on the Boston Bruins, followed by the Chicago Blackhawks, both of those games on home ice as they continue this season-long 7-game homestand. That game Wednesday night against the Detroit Red Wings, a very beatable team for Minnesota. And how big would that be to pick up those 2 points as they head into that long break?
Yeah, especially after this one snuck away. Unfortunately, they were right there with the Florida Panthers at the end. 6 seconds, that one's got a sting. But they got to get this game against the Detroit Red Wings, who's minus 88 in the goal differential. Just not an offensively strong team, and they're giving up goals defensively, obviously, as well. So this is a team that's at the bottom of the league. Minnesota Wild playing well. Need to get this one going into the All-Star break and put those 2 points in the bank.
All right, we'll see if they can get it done against the Red Wings on Wednesday night. We will see you after the break in that game against Boston. So enjoy the long break. We'll see you then. For Tom Chorsky, I'm Audra Martin. Thanks for joining us on Wild Breakaway.